Nin explains the rules of Basque Pelota. The object of the game is to score more points than your opponent. Basque Pelota can refer to a number of games played similarly and is popular in the Basque region of France and Spain, and throughout all of Latin America. Rather confusingly, there are many different variations of the sport, using different equipment, different sized balls, and the size of the court, known as a fronton, varies depending on the game being played. Some use bare hands, some use paddles or rackets, and some even use giant baskets, but all games have mostly the same format and rules. The game starts with a serve. The ball must bounce once behind the service line, and the player must strike or throw the ball to the front wall. An opponent must return the ball cleanly in one fluid motion. They can do this on the fly or after the ball has bounced on the floor once. But if you let it bounce on the floor twice, your opponent is awarded a point. You also lose the point if you serve illegally, if you play the ball off the front wall that goes out of bounds, if you fail to hit the front wall, or if you interfere with your opponent. The idea of this game is to outwit your opponents by making shots difficult to play back cleanly, or by placing the ball where a player cannot reach. Once you win a point, you also win the next serve, and the whole process begins all over again. A game consists of 2 players for singles, and 2 pairs of players for doubles. There are also team competitions. The first team to score 15 points, or 21 points, wins a set, and the game is played to the best of 3 sets. In some competitions, the last set is only played to 15 points. Whoever wins 2 sets the fastest, wins. So that's the easiest part to understand. But the most confusing thing about Basque Pelota is the sheer amount of different games that are contested and the different sizes of courts. I'll try and break them down as simply as I can. Direct and indirect games. Indirect games, which form the majority of the games, are played by striking a ball into a wall. Direct games, resembling tennis, can be played with players striking the ball to each other. Courts. In general, there are 5 courts that games can be played on. A frontis, where only a single wall is used. The length and width can be unlimited, especially when playing outdoors. Trinquet. A 4-walled court where the wall on the right is made of glass, and there may be a dugout along the left wall. In general, trinquets are 28.5 meters long. Mur à gauche. A 3-walled court consisting of a front wall, a back wall, and a left wall, but no wall to the right. In general, mur à gauche courts are either 30 meters or 36 meters. Highlight. Also known as Testa Punta courts, they're almost identical to mur à gauche courts, except that they're at least 54 meters long. So those are the courts, but what about the games themselves? In general, the types of games fall under 3 categories. Mano. The most common variation of Basque Pelota is Mano, or hand pelota. It's also known as Spanish handball. This is where players use their taped up bare hands using a 95-gram small hardball. It takes years of practice to build up a tolerance to the pain to strike the ball effectively. It's usually contested on frontis, trinquets and mur à gauche sized courts, and is the most popular variation of Basque Pelota worldwide. Paleta. This is where paddles and rackets are used instead of the bare hand to strike the ball. They vary in size and shape, and different paddles are more popular in certain countries. Paleta. A small-sized paddle played on mur à gauche courts and is popular worldwide. Pala larga, the longest and heaviest paddle. It's played on a 36-meter mur à gauche court and is only contested in Spain. Pala corta, smaller than a pala larga, it's played on mur à gauche courts and is popular in the Basque Country and France. Pala ancha, a mid-sized paddle played on a trinquet or mur à gauche courts and is played in France, Spain and Cuba. Peloton, or palagoma, is the largest shaped paddle, played on a trinquet and mur à gauche courts, and is most popular in Argentina. Jarre, an early form of string racket, usually played on a trinquet and is popular in Chile and Uruguay. And finally, front tennis, using modern tennis rackets, played on mur à gauche courts, and is the most popular form of the game in Mexico. Chistera. This is where basket-shaped objects are attached to the player's hand, enabling them to strike or throw the ball at great speed. They include Pasaka and Lashawa, a short and wide paddle with games usually played on an outdoor frontis. This is mostly played in the Basque Country. Joko Gabi, a medium-sized basket played on a frontis or muragouche courts and is popular in France. Remonte, a long basket played on a frontis or high-lie court and is most popular in Spain. Cesta punta, more commonly known in the Western world as high-lie, players are able to catch and throw the ball with blistering speed. Played on a full-size high-lie court and is popular in the Basque Country, France and the United States. If you want to learn more, check out my video here. Even though that's a lot to take in, once you specialise in one specific form of Basque Pelota, the others will be easier to understand. If you found this video at all helpful, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things and good karma is very much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter also and share this video on Reddit, but in the meantime, enjoy Basque Pelota.